What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. Okay, today I want to go ahead and talk about a test that I was doing yesterday with the Pale Order Ring. Now, it kind of is interesting to me because we're going to go through some footage because I was noticing something as I was playing Battlegrounds yesterday on this build. When I was getting healed with the Pale Order Ring, I noticed I was never hitting the big heals with the ring. That's because the ring specifically says damage, right? So when I'm at full health, we don't see the effect. At any point I was dealing any sort of damage, I was getting small heals. I wasn't getting that maximum up to. And I was like, okay, that makes sense because it's 16, right? But is it accumulative or per, ability attacked? This frustration led me in to the Maelstrom Arena. Now, the Maelstrom Arena is a setting. I had to make sure it was on vet because I needed to be damaged. I was trying in the beginning, before I went in here, to test it on mobs. But the mobs, of course, weren't really hitting me. So that hard. So I decided to put a dot on it and check it out. As I was actually doing this, I noticed I wasn't getting that much even from the dot. But the damage, there wasn't enough significant damage. So once again, that justified me going into the Maelstrom. Now, it wasn't a clear. It wasn't an attempt to do a clear or anything, but I needed to be damaged. And of course, at this, type of whatever, I just wanted to get through a couple rounds and get this footage. Because every flipping time you see this, you see that I was wearing Briarheart, which was around the 300s. But even with the low end, which was anywhere from, 200, 300, I wasn't getting a lot of, output, especially with the jabs. The jabs actually are a channeled effect. So it's 3 separate attacks happening within each second. The Brawler just seemed to really give me a more bump. I was getting huge, better. I mean, mind you, I had to keep messing with it because of the shield system. But look at the difference. 5 3s. I was like, that is crazy. But then when I started using the Brawler, I was getting, anywhere from 15 to 12s. You see a much bigger effect because it's not accumulative. And if the Pale Order procced off of the dot from my Endless Hail, I was even getting less than that. There was a 16. So the Pale Order isn't accumulative by second. No matter how many dots, no matter how many AoEs I lay down, it grabs a hold of the attack, the biggest attack per second, or that attack per second. And that's what gives you that heal factor. So it isn't accumulative. And given the fact that on a Templar, it's the channeling effect from the biting jabs wasn't as effective. Now, given the fact, I'm also going to assume this is the case with the Magplar, but the Magplar's morph actually heals it as it's attacking. So, but if you actually take that, percentage, add the percentage of the Pale Order, you'll find the same results. This is very eye-opening. And of course, I was being trolled on this stage last night, but I didn't care. I was, like I said, I was on a PvP build. It wasn't even here for a clear. This was just something that I had to put myself into to get this test. And it was well worth it. It was so worth it to get this information. Because the Pale Order ring is a great ring, but once again, I was set up to do what? Critical damage. So now what I want to go ahead and do is I'm actually going to drop the critical damage. Why? Because I want to go back to the base damage to increase what? The base effect of my output continuously. And by doing so, pick up a spammable that isn't so, it's not going to give me less results. I want to maximize the results of the ring if I'm going to utilize it. And I feel like anybody who wants to utilize this in PvP or PvE should have this data and this information. It was very, very, very much a great experience to get this, and I noticed no other content creator covered it. So that's what's even more impressing. Once again, I'm going to keep giving you guys the data and do the test and put myself in these scenarios. Why? Because everybody needs to know how these mythics or any item or any set operates. All right. As always, I'm your boy Mystic Raven. This is Mystics MMOs. Proof is in the pudding. Check it out for yourself. Look at the footage, look at the data, look at the stream, and you guys will see it's the same conclusion. As always, thank you and have a nice day.